rolling?
We're rolling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This was an amazing day, I know, for me. And you know, how do you feel about today?
I feel good now. It's I was nervous because of the whole fact that it's an induction, and it's kind of like, well, wow, I'm here with Salman Burke and Ike Turner, and Etta James is being inducted, and it's Muddy Waters' posthumous induction and his birthday. But the cool thing about it is that I've been invited, and that makes it huge.
Cool. You're definitely one of the big legends in guitar, and proud to be part of having you in RockWalk. It was important for me.
Thank you.
Do you realize it was Muddy Waters' 90th birthday?
I thought about that today. I was trying to put it together, and I go, yeah, he was born in 1915.
You played with him when?
We played with him in the early 80s. We did 6 shows, and it was on the West Coast, I think from like San Francisco up to Vancouver, British Columbia. And on the first of the shows, I can't remember, I think it might have been in Portland, Oregon, I knocked on the dressing room door, and Muddy says, come on in, and he's drinking Piper Heidsieck champagne, a certain vintage with a strawberry in it. And he's wearing the Hawaiian print shirt, with the suspenders and the white pants. And his head was just so big and so beautiful, You just wanted to hug his head. Beautiful man. Come on in, young man. We shared the champagne. I was like a junior reporter asking him how it was to play with all the people we did, Otis Spann and Little Walter and all that stuff like that. And so I talked with him before the gigs. I talked with him after the shows. He would invite me. He invited me on the stage every night for the encore to sing the song "Mannish Boy," and then on the last of the shows, I was able to join the band for the whole set and play. He said, "Robert, you think you can play some of that Muddy Waters style blues?" I said, "Well, I'll give it a shot." And that's great.
RockWalk is about passing it down. If you look at the RockWalk, you see Robert Johnson hanging up on the wall. You see B.B. King. You see Eric Clapton. You see yourself. Who's coming up? Who's next? Who do you feel is next?
Oh, that's a hard question. I don't want to make that decision, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's like whoever it is, it'll be a great, obviously a great person, and a lucky cat. It's cool.
Who are your influences?
A lot of the people that were here,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like Salman Burke. I was just mentioning that, we did one of his songs on a more recent record called Won't You Give Him One More Chance, that we did on an album called Take Your Shoes Off. And it was a song that I remember my aunt playing when I was a young boy, and when I was looking for a cover, I thought of Salman Burke, and I go, I know that song, and I love that one. Ike Turner we used to do with a song that Ike and Tina both did called I Think It's Gonna Work Out Fine. We used to cover that in the early days of the Cray band. And I don't know that we ever did any Etta James songs, but the records were at home, and I have records at my house, and it's everybody. It's beautiful. Muddy, of course, we got the chance to play with Muddy, so that's cool.
How was your experience at Crossroads?
It was a gas.
Yeah.
First of all, it's kind of like being here, because everybody you mentioned, a lot of people you mentioned, I mean, Eric, and it was just everybody was there, and the thing that was great about it was the fact that all these people showed up to do this benefit for Crossroads, the rehab place, and Eric, I'd never seen Eric run around so much. I mean, he was busy, and had time for everybody, and was, busy like he was an organizer, And I had fun being on the blues segment of the program, playing with all the greats on the stage, and Jimmy Vaughn and his band, and but the thing about it was just so calm and so cool, and just like 20 minutes or so before the set, Eric walked into the dressing room and says, "We need to put a set list together," and so so we started thinking of songs we could do. We thought about something we could do with Hubert. We thought about something we could do with Buddy. Something Jimmy would sing, something Eric would sing, something I would sing. And so we wrote a list and went out and did it. No rehearsals, no nothing.
And that's the way it's supposed
And
to
that's
be.
the way it's supposed to be. And it was a lot of fun.
And just being in the audience, it was such a thrill just to see you guys up on stage again.
That was a lot of, that was,
Yeah.
a gas and a giggle.
It was in memory of Stevie Ray, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure was.
Crazy time. I don't want to talk about that.
Steve was a great guy. You
Yeah.
know? He was.
No, I don't want to talk about that. That as part of this interview, you know, he was a special human being for me also, and a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, we got to wrap it up. Muddy Waters called you his adopted son.
I'm one of many adopted sons and daughters.
Yeah.
And you know, people I just mentioned, Eric or Jimmy Vaughn and Buddy, all of them. It was an honor, I guess. I mean, I had heard about it, but when Muddy asked me, of course I said, yeah. Is it like you want to be one of my adopted sons? I go, yeah. Thank you very much.
Does that make you an honorary Chicagoan?
I don't know what it makes me, but you know, if Muddy likes you, that's cool. It's like you know, going to the Queen and getting knighted or something. You know, it's great.
Well, it's an honor, true honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I guess you got to go do more interviews.